if we can design particles that essentially act as robots, once we inject them, they are intelligent enough to go to, based on our design, to the location that we want them to, and only go there. So we're essentially integrating all the physical molecular characteristics of drug delivery system that allows them to perform the job that we're designing them to do.
Tiny nano devices are typically controlled by a program on a traditional electronic device like a computer, smartphone, or server, meaning they could be very hackable. Some digital security experts posit that a single nanoparticle in the body with its own processor could be hacked. But they also say that if someone had more than one particle in the body, which many treatments would require, a hacker could theoretically turn them into a network in the body, using the body's own systems to communicate and do their bidding. One of the most obvious and dangerous applications for biomedical hacking is ransomware. If a hacker took over your inner nanotechnology devices, they could demand a ransom with fatal consequences. If you're unable or unwilling to pay, they could easily turn your body against you, and at the very least make you suffer or get sick, if not kill you. It may also be possible for unsavory characters to use nanotechnology itself against their enemies, not only in hacking attacks such as inhalable particulate powders to treat lungs. Some worry this technology could be an easily weaponized delivery method for bioterrorism efforts beyond the hacking dangers. Getting infected with something could be as simple as breathing the air, taking a shower, or getting a regular vaccination from your doctor.
Implant is ready. Ready for incision? Add the team gel foam thrombin.
Yeah, we synchronized it. Wide area.
It was right there.
Good.
Josh?
Secure it.
Yeah, it's clear. Ready for verification.
Initiate signal code.
Most signal received and locked. Increasing resolution to magnitude 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Most location confirmed to within 0.25 meters of actual.
The singularity evolutionary substrate starts off with RNA, then DNA, then cells, then human evolution, then brains, then digital. What if your brain could be downloaded into a computer? What if your consciousness could be downloaded into a machine like the new Echoes that are out there where you ask it to turn on your smart TV, it does. You ask it to order you milk, it does. And then your drone shows up on the door 3 hours later from Amazon. How wonderful, how easy, how convenient. Well, what happens if your consciousness can literally be downloaded into these machines and somebody that doesn't have your best interests at heart gets a hold of your consciousness and downloads it and then takes advantage of it? And what if they decide to make it feel like you're in this box for 1,000 years when in reality it's 10 seconds and you can't move, you can't talk, you can't walk, there's no light, there's nothing. They just mess with your sensory perception. Or what if it's like Lawnmower Man where they throw you into the world mainframes and you have complete control of everything? Welcome to the new world order of possibilities.
And the size? Well, this is then the real. This is a picture made about the device, and this is again my hair. And the size is no, not this, but this size. So we can make tens of thousands, of hundreds of those sensors in a millimeter or so. And that now is to be putting together in an apparatus, and that is the idea that to be connected to your mobile phone. And really you can see your breath, if it's kind of a virus inside or not. And for us it's a very important part, but especially for the underdeveloped country, because, well, everyone has their mobile phone and you can make your test yourself. So it's extremely important, I think, developments of an application of nanotechnology. Well, this is an example. If you go to the website, you can see in 2020 what kind of new ideas there are in business about measuring your blood, measuring your breath, measuring everything, almost everything. And we call this, and for sure you know, the Internet of Things. So the Internet of Things says that, well, we can measure everything. You can even measure if the milk is rotten or not. You really everything. But somehow it goes wrong. It goes wrong because if you look into how the energy will develop, then we are just in the beginning of the Internet of everything. So we need energy for everything. The machine learns itself in 4 hours. It's not the one who using the computer. No, the computer itself tries to learn, and that it goes by learning itself, learning processes, etc. I think some are very enthusiastic about it and some doesn't, as you can see on the picture. And we can make use of this artificial intelligence all the time by, for example, looking to your, if you to the computer and you're asking who's Einstein, you see some pictures. And so if you see so, if I show you the pictures, and you immediately know who is Einstein. You immediately know all the other people, by the way. But so within a tenth of a second, you knew. A computer goes much faster. In a thousandth of a second, he knows. But he needs more than 100,000 calculations to do so. So, let's say, who's the young guy? Then we have to think about a little bit more. So say 1 second, we know. Again, the computer, 1,000 of a second, 100,000 times more calculation. And that is really the difference. And that's where it stops in near future. We are using too much energy, to use the computer, also with artificial intelligence. We have some very big computers, like here, the IBM. You can use it, you can calculate on it, you can go to the website and you can make some calculation out of it. And really, it's a really strong computer. But the computer can also be replaced by another computer, this one. If you look to the numbers, then the blue gene and the red is almost the same CPU, almost the same memory. By the way, we are around about 1,000 times better. I hope that you... So that's... But if you look into the energy that the power is using, it's 1,000,000 times less. Of course, on the volume. So our brain is much more effective than a computer. So why don't we make a computer that works like our brain? And is it possible? Yes, it is. You can put in, again, the nanoparticles with the molecules, and if they attach to each other, it looks like a little bit on neurons and synapses. So how your brain is working, and you're learning continuously, we can do this in a black box full of nanoparticles. And we can train the nanoparticles to learn more and more and more. And at a certain moment, this black box is a computer, can calculate. It doesn't cost almost any energy at all. That's why in the Netherlands we start a program, it's called Nano for Society. It combines all the ideas about what nanotechnology can mean for us as human, for a country, for the world, etc. This Nano for Society has 4 themes. It's for health. Can we make the digital twin? So with the computer, with the lab on a chip, etc., we can make everything. We can mimic ourselves, not as a human being, but how we respond, for example, on the use of medicine, how we can make cells live longer, etc. So Nano for Health is a really important part. Next to health is the food and water. In the beginning, when we started the project and we said, okay, nano for food, people say, oh my God, no nano for food. But now much more we know about the impact of nanotechnology on food, how we can make better food, how our body responds on food, etc. The third one is energy. I show you an example about mimic our brain on a chip, But looking to new batteries, for example, all the technique I use for making atom by atom, this kind of material are very suitable for new batteries. And the fourth is security. Security not only for military, but security also in our daily life. For example, the security of internet, about encryption, for example, but also security in what does nano mean to you. Well, if you're looking to nanotechnology, I think I hope to show you what the effect of nanotechnology is, how we can work with it, how it influences our daily life, but also how scientists and other people work on to make it in a good way, to look to what is the risk analysis of nanotechnology itself. Meanwhile, the ideas are extremely large and we can make, well, we are just in the beginning of this high-tech revolution. And nanotechnology, well, in Holland, it is approved by our king. So